Welcome to today's class. We're going to be talking about your digital footprint. First of all, the main question I have is, what is your digital footprint? Well, your digital footprint is everything that you've done online. It's your posts, it's your likes, your tweets, your stories. It's anything that you've commented on. It is anything and everything that has involved your digital traffic online. First thing I want to talk about before we dive too far into your digital footprint is I want to set the record straight. Tell me what is wrong with this picture. That's right. What's clearly wrong with this picture is that young people need to get off their phones. Obviously, that's what's destroying society. That's shows perfectly here that that's what's wrong. I'm not a huge believer in the fact that it's young people that are the most guilty of using social media incorrectly. I don't believe that at all, because for every one stupid post that I see from a young person, I'll give you a second to read that and enjoy it. For every one stupid post that I see from a young person, I see at least two stupid posts from parents. And for every two stupid posts that I see parents do, I see at least 10 stupid tweets. For the record, I'm not saying anything bad about Donald Trump. I'm not having a political stance here. Just all of those tweets are objectively stupid. The problem that we run into is the fact that even just one bad post can be too many. There are countless articles showing of people getting fired, or at the very least disciplined, at work over a social media post or an action online. Several others are just never hired to begin with because of things that they've done online. But it's not just dealing with jobs. Also, students get expelled. Students lose their scholarships, all because of things that they've done online. So even just messing up once online can really, really devastate a person's life. So let's talk about who's looking at you online. Obviously, there's some obvious people that are going to be looking at you online. Your family, your friends. Could also be an ex-existent to look at you online. How many of y'all have ever stalked an ex online? Don't raise your hand. Don't embarrass yourself. This is linked to the article of a woman who was arrested by her ex-husband, who happened to be a deputy, because she, ranted about her ex-husband online, and he arrested her for defamation of character. Because that's a law. That's a thing that he can do. Ultimately, she got released and won out and turned around and sued him for the damages caused. But I don't know if you've ever known a person that's gone to jail, but if you have, you'll probably know that just even spending a day in jail can completely screw up your life. You miss work one day because you were in jail. Work's not going to stick around to find out whether or not you're innocent or guilty, or listen to see what it is from your side of the story. You're going to get fired and everything's going to turn out badly. So, exes will watch you online. Obviously, employers will watch you online. Colleges will watch you online. Co-workers Have you ever had a coworker that's called in sick to work one day, but then you see them online and they're doing posts about the party that they're at or all the other activities that they're doing while totally not sick and not at work? Companies will watch you online for sake of advertisement purposes. Con artists, obviously, always welcome to steal your information online. Insurance companies will watch you online. Most health insurance companies are going to ask if you drink or smoke, and if so, how often. They'll ask you that, but they've all come to the realization at this point in time that you'll get a more truthful answer online. So they will look you up online to see. Law enforcement will watch you online, which will actually show you that this happened just February 26th, 2018.
When you replace sugar-sweetened drinks with water,
I apologize. Advertisements are a thing.
Drink bottles. Water makes you feel better and stay refreshed. It's the healthy choice. Visit shapeyourfutureok.com and rethink your drink.
It's not good at all. And the fact is that parents should have already had this conversation with their teenage children about these kind of things.
Bethany police began the investigation 2 weeks ago after a teacher at Putnam City West uncovered a disturbing video on Snapchat showing an incoherent girl being sexually assaulted at what appears to be a party. According to court documents, the assault was captured in 4 separate recordings involving a 17-year-old girl, a 21-year-old man, and a 17-year-old boy.
As far as the sexual assault, that's just one aspect.
Lieutenant Angelo Orifici is with the Bethany Police Department.
The second aspect is going to be the manufacturing and the distribution of child pornography, since other people at the party decided to film it and share it.
According to search warrants, Putnam City West staff identified at least 9 students, some of them from the recording and others involved in distributing it. In a statement, the district says the concern came to light when students at the school voluntarily brought to a teacher and administrators a social media video that showed a possible crime committed in Bethany. It goes on to say with that information, school officials reached out to Bethany police and then aided and supported their investigation. Right now, no arrests have been made or charges filed, but officers are going through those phones for evidence.
Those cell phones extractions are going to tell us a lot.
If someone sees this and they decide to send it along, you're committing a crime.
Correct. You're distributing child pornography.
Just in case you didn't catch that, there was a sexual assault. It was recorded. Obviously, those that committed the sexual assault will be charged accordingly. But then also, the people that recorded the assault are going to be charged with the manufacturing of child pornography. And then they shared it on their Snapchat. And some other people saw it and shared it along as well. And those that didn't even record it, that just shared it along, are going to be charged with distribution of child pornography. So very, very serious crimes because of what they did online. Can have very serious consequences. And that's one of the reasons why law enforcement will be watching you online. Typically, not all the time. Typically only whenever you're involved in a case, unless, of course, we're talking about the NSA or FBI or CIA. They're always watching you. Politicians are going to be watching you online just to see whether or not you're worth their campaign dollars to try to win over. Essentially everyone. Everyone's watching you online at some point in time. Including one of my favorite people, Ellen DeGeneres. In case you don't watch that much Ellen DeGeneres, she does a really cool thing in her show, and I have a clip of it for you to watch.
I like to get to know my fans, so I spent my morning going through the Facebook pages of every single person in this audience. And I'm going to surprise a couple of them right now, because I found a few that I would like to, I have questions. Where are Sherry Lewandowski and Hans Finney? Where are you? Hi, how are y'all doing?
Good, great.
Great. Good to see you. I'm surprised to see you here. You're both you're looking happy and everything's all well adjusted now. Hans, I tried to look at your Facebook, but your pictures are private. But luckily, Sherry posted a photo of you on her page, and it's not private, so I would like to share it with everyone. Yeah. Hans, when I was given a talk show, this sentence I really never thought would ever come out of my mouth, but why are you mounting a unicorn?
I was dared to do it.
You were dared to do it because it doesn't look like he's painting you exactly. That's not exactly
Well, it
matching
may not
up.
look that way to you, but to me, it looks exactly.
All right. Well, then it looks exactly like you. All right, where is Hala Gallagher? Where is Hala Gallagher? Hi, Hala. Is it Hala? Am I pronouncing it right?
Hala?
Hala. Hala. All right. You've never heard that before, probably. Hi, Hala. All right, you have kids, right?
Yes.
Yeah, how many kids do you have?
3-step and one of my own.
Okay, and they probably do chores around the house, probably?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if this is one of the chores that you actually have your kids. Who is that? You know this man, I assume.
Well, actually, that's my brother.
That's your brother. Even worse, this gets creepier. I was already freaked out that it was your husband and your daughter's shaving your husband's back, but she's shaving her uncle's back. Is this a regular occurrence or is this just a first time?
Just on the holidays.
Oh, wow. Look at the traumatized look on her face already. You better be saving for therapy, I'll tell you that right now. Where?
All right, and we're going to stop it right there because the rest of the clips in this video are not exactly school appropriate. You're more than welcome to go on YouTube on your own and look them up, though. There's like 30 videos that Ellen has on YouTube doing this exact same thing. It's great. Most of us don't always think as much as we should about what we're posting online before we post it. But alas, it's out there. So I went ahead and I made sure to get your name ahead of time. That's why I had to approve you for this class. And so I went and pulled you up online. And here are some of the things that I found. Just kidding. Can't do that. I would probably get in trouble, even though you have all that information out there for the public to consume. However, though, if you are nervous, you should probably be asking yourself why. Probably be considering the possible things that you have online that you don't want to be seen. And if you don't want them to be seen by anyone, by any single person that lives out there in the world today, then you probably shouldn't have it online. However, I am totally fine with you making me look like a hypocrite. I'm going to give you the opportunity to look at my stuff online. So you can do this alone. If you're watching as part of a group, you can work as a group. I want you to find something about me online that would hurt my future job prospects. Something that you can find about me online that would make it where I would not be able to get a job. Here's my full name, just in case you need it to help you find me online better. I'll give you a couple minutes to do that. Go ahead and pause this video so you can do that. If you find anything embarrassing about me online, screenshot it and email it to me, and I will give you a reward. By the way, here's one to get you started. Alright. Here's hoping that you found something interesting about me. If not something embarrassing, at least something interesting. Alright, so whenever employers and colleges look at you online, what is it that they're looking for? Believe it or not, the vast majority of employers and colleges that go to screen you online, they're not going to look at you solely to try to find something bad about you. They're not getting on your social media to try to find you at your worst moment in life. They're actually going on there to look for some other things. But if they happen to find a bad moment about you online, then they're definitely going to take note of that. But what they're really going to go look for is a couple things. One, they're going to look to see if you have good communication skills. Okay, they're going to see if you are like this guy, which I'll let you enjoy that for a second. One of the things I love about this post is that there's two different ways to spell break. You know, break is in breaking something, and break is in a car, like car brakes. He didn't get either one of them. There's two ways to spell that word, and he spelled it wrong. I love also the seed. I love that the tour is like he's in a band. Oh, it's great. Or you can be like this guy, which isn't anything that special. Anytime that you have good grammar online, it just means that you're not going to stick out. You having bad communication skills is going to stick out like a sore thumb. You having good communication skills means that you hopefully just kind of blend in, and that's a good thing. Another thing that they're looking for is your attitude, to see if you have a positive attitude. So you can be like this person, which I'll go ahead and, for anyone that's, in case you're not a health student, decode this post a little bit for you. First of all, you can tell by their name that they're an RN, which is a registered nurse, highest level nurse that you can get. And she put, so sleepy here in the ICU, or intensive care unit. Will someone please code, aka will their heart stop beating, and give me something exciting to do? Hashtag, is that bad? Yes, it is. Feeling bored at, and then tagged her place of employment. Yeah, so needless to say, she got fired and will undoubtedly never work in the health industry ever again. I have zero doubts that she has since probably deleted this and everything, but it's on the internet, and it was listed to where the public can see it, and it's never going away. Flip side, if you have a positive attitude, you'll have more posts kind of like this. Now, yes, you could be nitpicky about this job, saying took a picture of him supposedly at work. I think that he actually works from home, so that's not really that big of a deal. Yeah, he's not professionally dressed, but he is undoubtedly dressed for what he needs to be dressed for that job. And he's just showing thanks. He's just showing that he's thankful. When have any of us ever gotten mad at a person for being happy and thankful? Come on. So, good. Positive attitude. That's a good thing. Another thing that they're looking for is they're looking to see what you're interested in. Some people, it seems that the only interest that they have online is just getting the likes and the shares. For the record, I remember whenever this picture was posted, because this picture made national news. For like 3 days, all the news channels were talking about the Taco Bell taco shell liquor. And believe it or not, there's actually a little bit of context, which helps make it not as bad. These taco shells were ones that were stale and needed to be thrown away. And since he was going to throw it away anyway, he had his friend take a picture of him licking them just for the laughs, just for the lols. But it got posted online. It got shared. It eventually got tweeted to Taco Bell on Twitter, asking them about this picture. Made national news. That guy got fired. The guy that took the picture got fired. It turned out badly for everyone. It was a PR nightmare for Taco Bell because Picture and context rarely stay together online. They almost always get separated. And yes, I'm sure you probably remember other bad examples as well of like the employees that took a bath in the sink, this, that, and the other, that have all been done online as well, post this picture. So, whenever they're looking to see what you're interested in, they're hoping that they find that you have some genuine interest, like, trying to make the world a better place. Employer comes across a picture like this of you volunteering somewhere, that's going to speak very highly of you. They are going to absolutely love that. Because, you can use social media for a good thing, not just a bad thing. You can use it as a good thing to show off the stuff that you've done, to show off what you care about. All right, another thing that they're looking for is they're looking for your personal information. Some people share a little too much personal information online. I'll let you enjoy that for just a second. That's kind of information that no one really needs to know, especially online, but probably not in general ever. Whenever they go to check out your personal information online, though, what they're typically looking for is just like your actual information, just to verify that what you have on your resume and on your application is accurate to what you have online. Make sure that it's all lines up, that you didn't lie to them on your resume or application. Another thing that they're looking for is they're looking for your skills. Some people, it seems like the only skill that they have is just posting way too much. Do you know someone like that? Someone that all they seem to do is just post? That seems to be the only skill that they have. Employers do not want that. Employers do look down upon people that do far too many posts online. Because unless you're trying to get a job doing social media, running a company social media account, then it gives the impression that you're on social media at home, you're on social media at work instead of working, or on social media while driving, you're doing social media all the time, which is not what they want out of their employees. They want you working while you're at work. So you can actually, highlight other skills that you've done, like projects that you've done, completed. Here's a post of mine about a presentation that I got done. That I was really happy that I did, and I still offer. And here's a post that person did demonstrating some of the skills that they have. When they did this person's hair in order to get it ready for prom, and did an amazing job. So, by all means, demonstrate your skills online. Your actual skills, not just your social media skills. So there are things that they're looking at. They're looking at usernames. If it is a social media that uses usernames, like Twitter, with their Twitter handles, then they are going to look at that. Make sure that yours is appropriate. Doesn't have to be professional, especially, my name is Jared Williams. How many Jared Williams are there out there? Obviously, I'm not going to get one that's like first name, last name. But just make sure that it is not ridiculous. Make sure that's not unprofessional. They're also going to look at who you're following. Make sure that you're following the right people online. They're going to see what you're liking. So, for instance, I have a friend of mine who posts definitely too much online, but I haven't unfriended him because I like his posts. I laugh at all of his posts, but they're all posts that I laugh at because secretly I'm a bad person deep down, not because they're legitimately funny. It's dark humor posts. And so whenever I see his posts, I'll read it or look at it and laugh, and then I'll keep scrolling. I'm not going to click like on it. I'm not going to comment on it. I'm not going to leave any type of actual digital trace that I enjoyed that post, because that is something that employers and colleges will see and check out. So if it's something that not everyone's going to find humorous, I'm not going to like it. I might like it to myself, but I'm not going to actually click a like button. You're also going to look at your comments, not just on your post, but on your friends' posts, on public posts. If you're a person that gets in Twitter wars or gets in lively political Facebook comment discussions, I'm not saying that you can't do that, but make sure that you're respectful if you do. Ideally, probably just don't do it in general, because whoever changes their mind online. But if you're going to, make sure you're respectful. Never be the person that calls names or looks like a troll. Be respectful. And they're going to see what you're tagged in. Me, and I hope you as well, probably have it where if someone goes to tag you in something that you have to approve it or disapprove it first. Make sure you do that. I've had to remove my tag off of a couple things. And one of the biggest obstacles for me is the fact that my mom has Facebook. My mom likes to take pictures. My mom makes it where all of her posts are open to the public. All of them. So I have to occasionally go and force my mom to delete something that she posts online. Or go and, at the very least, untag myself and try to get as far separation as possible. Because she does not help. Alright, so, you know that you have some digital dirt out there. You know that either you've yourself done some posts or a friend or family member has done some posts regarding you that you need to take care of. So how do you do that? How do you clean up your digital dirt? First is always delete what you can. We all know that once it's online, it never permanently goes away. But delete what you can. That at least removes the primary source of the problem. There might still be copies existing out there, might still be archived somewhere, but at least it deletes the primary source. Next step is to bury everything else. In this day and age, we don't care about old information. There's a reason why YouTube videos get the vast majority of their views in the first 24 hours that they're uploaded. We don't care about old information. We don't pay attention to old information most of the time. So if you go and starting today only do positive posts, making sure that there's only positive things put out there about you from other people, and you go and you manage your online image from this day forward, then a few years, all of the stuff in the past, it will still exist. Someone who really, really wants to find it will still be able to dig down there and get to it, but they would have to put forth a lot of effort because they have to get through all of the good things that exist from now into the future. So it makes it a lot harder for that stuff to come up. And like I said, employers and colleges are going through your social media information to find a few different things. They're not going through extensively trying to look for your digital dirt. So if you don't make it readily available, then they probably won't find it. They don't have 2 hours to spend just looking at you online. Alright, and the last thing that I recommend is to draw them over to your LinkedIn profile. If you don't have a LinkedIn, I recommend it. LinkedIn is becoming very widespreadly used across most industries. The technical trades, it's not fully adapted yet, but IT trades, definitely completely adapted. Health, completely adapted. You should probably have a LinkedIn account. It's like Facebook, but it's for the sake of employment. It's all about networking with people and building connections and essentially a place to hold all of your qualifications and all this awesome stuff that you've done online. That's the purpose of LinkedIn. So after you have a LinkedIn profile and you have it all set up and everything, go ahead and make sure that you have the links to your LinkedIn profile on your other social medias. That way you can help redirect them to the great stuff that you want to showcase. Alright, one of the biggest things I'm always told from people when it comes to dealing with online stuff is that they're told, well, I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. I'm private. I have my information privately. Or, even better yet, the ones that say, well, I don't have a social media. Well, first of all, if you don't have social media, that's not a good thing either in today's age. 38% of employers look negatively or suspiciously at people that don't have a social media account. To them, it makes it seem like you have something to hide. I'm not going to say that that's true. I think that's absolutely ridiculous and absurd. But that's the day and age that we live in. You're pretty much expected to have an online presence. So, but regarding to privacy, first of all, as I already told you, I have a lot of my stuff private, but my mom doesn't have any of her stuff private. And she puts stuff about me. So, there's a big loophole. But I decided to go ahead and I wanted to really address these privacy concerns. So I went and I pulled up the privacy policies for every major social media account. First, I looked at Facebook. First of all, with Facebook, one of their biggest loopholes that they have is the fact that they can share all your information with the members of their family of companies, the Facebook family. Didn't realize that Facebook had a family of companies myself, but they do. Here's that list. These are all the companies that Facebook shares all of your information with, without question, and without any red tape. Some of them you may undoubtedly recognize, hopefully. Some of them you might not. I didn't go through the privacy settings for every single one of these companies, but I guarantee you that probably at least one of them has a loophole that allows your information to get out after it goes to one of these companies. With the meeting with Mark Zuckerberg going to Congress and Cambridge Analytica and all of that scandal, that was done not even part as this segment of their privacy policy. That was done with the part of companies being able to get some of your information for the sake of advertisement. And a person using that backdoor loophole. Alright, Instagram. I loved Instagram's privacy policy. They go and they say that they will not rent or sell your information to third parties outside Instagram, and then immediately tell you the parties with whom they may share your information. I thought that was great. They also have on there that they can share other information such as cookie data with third-party advertising partners. This information would allow third-party ad networks to, among other things, deliver targeted advertisements. My degree is in political science, so I'm fairly well trained in what's called legalese. The whole reason why those three words, among other things, exists is to create a loophole. So this information would be used to allow third-party ad networks to deliver targeted advertisements, but also other things. And with how broad other things are, it can be anything. Your information can be used for anything. That's the whole reason why those three words are there, to allow that loophole. Twitter. I actually really like Twitter's privacy policy. Twitter treats you like a grown-up. Twitter broadly and instantly disseminates your public information to a wide range of users, customers, and services. When you share information or content like photos, videos, and links via the services, you should think carefully about what you're making public. Our default is almost always to make the information you provide through the services public. Twitter is very blunt to let you know that your information is going to be shared with the world. Point blank and period. They don't do anything to hide the fact that they are going to be sharing your information. And so therefore you should make grown-up decisions about what you want to be shared with the world. So, your information is not secure, but I do appreciate their privacy policy on being very blunt about the fact that your information is not secure. Snapchat. the company that became famous and the company that blew up because of their policy of being the most secure, private social media that you could have, actually has the worst privacy out of all of the other social medias. First of all, anything in your story is meant to be public and is going to be disseminated, just like Twitter, to as many people as possible. Of course, they're also going to give your information to third parties for advertisements. And they also have a family of companies as well. Here's them. They have these 3 companies that they share all the information with. I didn't go over those 3 companies' privacy policies, but I guarantee you that they're not all secure. But my favorite part about Snapchat's privacy policy is this sentence here. You acknowledge and agree that we are not responsible for how third parties collect and use your information. I understand most companies put on there that they're not responsible for how third parties use your information. That's just to make it where if Cambridge Analytica misuses your information, you can't sue Facebook about it. You would have to sue Cambridge Analytica. That's typically something that a lot of companies have on there in their privacy policy. But the fact that they decided to include that they're not responsible for how third parties collect your information, that blows my mind. Your information is on Snapchat servers. Snapchat owns those servers, but they're not responsible for how third-party companies collect your information off those servers. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous and absurd. That means that third-party companies can do whatever they want with Snapchat servers that they want to do in order to get your information. That's ridiculous. There is absolutely zero privacy there. So, in conclusion, to wrap this all up for you, you've seen some good examples and you've seen some bad examples of people's posts and people's activities online. I am not an anti-social media person. I have a couple different platforms that I use social media on. I think social media can be an amazing tool, which is why I describe social media like nuclear fission. Nuclear fission can be used to create renewable, long-standing, cheap, powerful energy. It can really help you out. It can really make your life better. However, you can also use it to blow yourself up. Completely destroy yourself. Social media can make your life so much better, so much easier, can really help you excel, but you can also completely destroy yourself with it. So every time you go to do anything online, you have to take the time to think about the long-standing consequences of what you're about to do and act carefully. Alright, that's all I have for you today. Let me know if you have any additional questions. I can always try to help you out. And have a good day.